here. The three wise men will soon be here.
Old Janicka's boys, Balthazar has just texted.
Well, what did he say?
He can't make it.
Are you joking?
Other two can't either.
No, we're going to have to do it ourselves, aren't we?
Suppose so.
Fine by me.
You ever podcasted before?
No.
Me neither. Let's
Be
do
fine.
it. Let's do it.
Hello everyone. I'm Professor Alan von BAIRYHASTARD, and I'm here to talk to you and the boys about cryptids. They've very kindly invited me on to discuss this subject that's very dear to my fucking heart. Now, how do you define a cryptid, Carl?
I assume it's a mythical creature that's been sighted or something, or...
Well, you're close, my friend. It's a creature that some people believe exists, but there's no evidence to prove that it does exist. A bit like your penis.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense now.
I saw one, you know.
You saw what?
I saw one.
You saw one?
Yes. I was out with Mrs. von BAIRYHASTARD in the woods, and I sensed the smokiness in the air. I could feel the self-satisfaction hanging heavy. It preyed on an unsuspecting restaurant owner, dragged him into a clearing in the woods. Me and Mrs. BAIRYHASTARD approached ever so carefully. There he was, shouting obscenities into this poor man's ear. That was the closest I've ever come to seeing James Corden in the real life. Touching James Corden, you could literally smell the bullshit from 30 yards away. But we frightened him off. He scampered away into the undergrowth and left the poor restaurant owner crying on the floor. Mrs. von BAIRYHASTARD had to help him up, and she screamed obscenities at him and he fucked off.
That sounds very convincing.
It was incredible, my friend. Incredible. Wow. So here we are.
I'm dumb, so I don't know what to say.
Ready to discuss cryptids, how to survive them, and I'm not doing this stupid fucking voice anymore. So we're back on topic, folks. Last week was a bit of a random. This one we're going to tell you how to survive a cryptid encounter. You know what a cryptid is now?
I know what it is now.
We're ready to go. We're pumped up. Rich is here.
I'm here. Hello, everyone.
Pretty much a cryptid himself. And Carl is here. He's definitely a cryptid. He's a child with a beard.
A growing beard.
Allegedly.
An ingrowing beard.
We will get to that. We will get to that. Yeah, so these guys don't know what's coming this episode. I've kind of outlaid out a little plan.
Yeah, I have no idea. I've made 0 notes, as I have no idea what's happening.
You always fucking prep so well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I've invited Bigfoot. Here he comes.
Oh,
He's my
wow.
favourite cryptid.
Oh, wow!
Come in.
Is
Is that how he sounds? What was that? That was Bigfoot.
That was a burp. He's coming now.
I can see him now. Here he comes. Fuck, he's big. He's
You
tall.
alright, lads?
Is that what he sounds like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, lads, how you doing?
How you doing? You alright?
No, not really.
Imagine if you-
That was me.
Was that you?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Fooled you.
He had me going then. He really had me going.
You fucking sucker. Right. Let's move on to the hottest news in the fucking
hottest
world.
news in the universe.
Ever.
Hot!
News! The hottest news, Carl's typing on his phone.
Sorry,
you
I was
little shit.
Sorry, I was...
What's your hot news, mate?
What's...
You're texting your boyfriend or whatever.
No, I was
Not that
actually...
there's anything wrong with that, by the
No,
way.
I was actually messaging my friend Sam.
Is your friend Sam a small baby? Because there's
Well,
Yeah?
there's a picture of a small baby on your...
No,
on your
He's
So-
talking to underage children
He's
again.
yeah, fuck me. I mean, that is lowest of the low, mate.
no, so my best friend Sam...
Jesus.
My best friend Sam has had a baby.
What about your other friends? They
And-
don't count.
They've not had babies.
So they're not your best friend anymore.
So anyone who's had a baby is suddenly your best friend.
Yeah.
It's a weird standard to keep.
But
Because your best friend last week was someone else, and then she
Yeah.
went to live in Canada.
the little baby was born with a cleft lip.
Yeah.
But they've just had the surgery.
Left palate.
Yeah, and they've just had the surgery. It's all healed up, and she just looks great. And I was just replying saying,
She looks great.
"It looks great." The doctors have done
like
the doctors have done an amazing job. So sorry, but yeah, it's a bit of hot
well,
news.
that is nice
Well,
news.
it's
to be
nice news,
fair.
but next time, can you not reply on the fucking podcast?
I didn't realise you pressed play. Sorry.
What do you think I was talking at?
Right, hot news. Right. What are we going to do? What are we going to talk about? I've got literally the bottom
Baby news.
I've got the bottom of the barrel stuff this week. It's fucking shit. Right, so this
So
week...
you've been out for a night out?
No, I'm not actually.
You fucking liar, by the way. But go on.
Oh, I have been out, but I'm not. That's not the news. Right. I've got the part. I've got the fart. I've got a dart.
He's got darts.
Oh, it's a real professional
It is.
part as well.
I know. That's my
It's a real deal.
that's my dart from home.
Carl's
Put that
little
there,
shaft
Carl.
there.
That's going to fall off onto my screen.
Oh yeah,
Smash
probably
my
put that
screen.
down. Right,
It's
this
like
week.
it's like looking after children. This sometimes.
Essentially, mate.
This week, hot news. Right, fucking hell. Right, what are we doing? Right, I'm going to jump in something really quick. You know, you were talking to your dog Tilly a few weeks ago,
Many episodes ago, yeah.
and
she licked her bottom.
yeah, she just didn't give a shit what you were saying.
Yeah.
Just licked her ass. And great.
Typical woman.
I came in from work a few days ago, and Tilly was there sleeping on the couch, and she farted
Brilliant.
and woke herself up and made a jump.
This is news.
Yeah, she just ran in a little
This is
circle.
hot news.
She made herself jump, ran a little circle,
Yeah.
and then went straight back to bed. That's my first bit of hot.
Disturbing,
That's
isn't
my
it?
first bit of hot news. My second bit of hot news. I have a newfound love.
For
Yes. Babies.
Not babies. It is country music.
Oh, cool. I like a bit of country
Fucking
music.
hell, fire.
But when I say country music, I mean like cowboy music.
Oh, God. I hate country music, man.
I love it.
mind
I
some
love
of
From
it.
Johnny Cash.
Yeah, stuff
I
like
don't
that.
like Johnny Cash.
Come on, Johnny Cash.
Well, Johnny Cash is alright, but stuff like like Conway Twitty and stuff like that. I've always liked Conway Twitty anyway. And
Twitty.
Twitty,
Twitty.
Twitty. I like saying it like that though. It's fun. Twitty. But I've been playing a lot of Red Dead Redemption 2, and they've got loads of really good music to it. And
Like fucking
it's just cowboy
Tammy
shit.
Wynette.
Yeah, it's just cowboy shit, and I proper love it, man. I forgot how much I like it, so I've just
Glenn Campbell,
I've just been.
Neil
I've been.
Diamond.
Neil,
Oh, it's got my
Neil Diamond.
He's
Oh,
not a
yeah.
country and western, is
Isn't
he?
he?
He's not a
Yeah,
cowboy.
it's country though-ish.
He's not a cowboy.
It's a bit country-ish, isn't it?
Forever in Blue
He's a
Jeans does not sound country.
He's a little Jewish man.
Well, I just thought that in my little head. Thought he was a cowboy.
Well, you keep
I
that
don't
thought in
think
your
he's a
head.
cowboy.
Just ruined my childhood. Thanks.
Sorry.
But yeah, I've been non-stop listening to cowboy music at the moment,
Freak.
and this is literally my news for this week.
The dog farted and you're listening to cowboy music.
Also,
Now, top this, Rich.
Top, I could fucking hell.
They fucking challenge you.
I'm
The
not worried
glove
anymore.
has been thrown, mate.
Yeah, I'm not worried at all.
Also, a bit of shared news between the three of us. We saw the Northern Lights, didn't we?
We did.
We did, yeah.
Which
It's
is-
like, along with the whole of the population of UK by the looks of it.
Yeah, going mad over. it.
Surprisingly not, because a lot of my mates were I was in bed.
Yeah.
Well,
Didn't care.
well, like Jake, he messaged our group chat saying, Have you looked outside? Have you seen the Northern Lights? I went,
Yeah.
well, he went, go outside, look up. And I looked up and it's just like a purple like streak in the sky. It wasn't really it didn't really show that much. But I took a picture on my phone, and because it can get rid of all the light pollution, it just exploded with colour.
Oh, it's
It was
amazing,
great.
yeah, to be
but
fair, yeah.
we will never see that ever again, ever.
No.
No way.
Oh, look. It's back.
There it is.
No, actually, it's not. Actually, people, if you can hear a noise in the background, just to let you know, it's absolutely pissing it down. And we're sitting in our shed.
Yeah.
Well, our studio.
Naked.
The stable.
Naked. That's what the background noise is.
But I felt famous, because obviously we're famous.
Yeah, we've got at least 10 listeners.
Yeah, we got listeners in America.
We have.
We do, actually.
Yeah, but
Or listener, maybe.
listener,
Which we apologise for everything Carl says and
don't-
does.
Oh, if that's you listening in America, hello. There, in America.
Howdy.
Howdy, yeah. Country music. Carl.
but I put it on like our local Facebook
What if
page.
it's Donald Trump?
Yeah.
What if
Right.
that's what he's falling asleep listening to in the court at the moment?
I don't think our audience is the MAGA group.
I don't think so.
But yeah, put it on like Facebook page, and it exploded. Like it got loads of likes, loads of shares.
Yeah.
I felt famous. I'm an attention whore, guys.
Oh,
You might
yeah?
know this already. So I just lavished in it. I just let it squirt. It was great. It was
Like
lovely.
squirt
Yeah,
where? In your face?
on my phone.
Yeah.
Honestly.
But that is
Very-
On
literally
his
very
face
white
and
pants.
chest.
that is literally my hot news. So the dog farted and made herself jump. I love country music. I love the cowboy music, and we saw the Northern Lights.
Well,
That is literally my hot news for this week.
hard to beat.
Yeah. I can't top that, I'm afraid.
Well, you're gonna have to toot now. Rich, do you want to go next for your hot news?
I'll go
Was
next
yours
one.
dog farted and then shit itself? Because
Mate.
that'd top it, wouldn't it?
Book has just fell apart. My notes have just completely
Oh
fell
no!
apart.
That's how excited he is to tell his hot news. He's just destroyed his
Can't
Do
notebook.
you want to do next, Pete? Or
He's
do you
fizzing at the split here.
Do you want to go, Pete? Have you got
I
Rich?
don't know fucking news.
you got
All
no
right,
news?
Rich.
I
Oh,
went to see Planet of the Apes, that was good.
Was it good?
But there was a bit in... Alright,
You go. Go on.
I realised yesterday just how pathetic and childish I am.
Why?
Right? So watching Planet of the Apes, the new one, it's a fucking great film. It's quite long, but it's very, very good.
Is Caesar in it?
No, it's way after Caesar's dead.
Oh, is it?
And, so right, spoilers for the next 2 minutes. So if you're going to watch Kingdom of the Rise of the Planet of the Kingdom of the
Apes of the planets.
Apes of the Planets,
No.
Of the kingdom.
don't, right, forget this bit. But there's a bit where there's a baddie ape. Got to have a baddie one.
A naughty ape.
A naughty ape, and he wants to get into a vault,
A vault.
which is
What's in
full
the
of,
vault full of bananas?
No, it's full of American nuclear missiles and shit like that.
Right, well, if it's... Right, I'm sorry, but if a monkey is going to go into a vault, all it wants is nuts and bananas. Why
You've
would
never
you
seen Planet of the Apes, have you? These fucking things are walking
No.
around talking and
Doesn't
shooting
mean they don't
arrows
like
at each
Doesn't
other.
mean they don't like bananas and stuff.
Well, sure, he does like a banana, but it's not the point, is it? Look, the point is, he keeps going on about, he wants, yeah, I know you've been looking in my vault.
Don't you be touching my stuff!
Do you know how to get into my vault? You want to get in my vault, don't you? You want to have a good look in my vault. So I'm there, I was crying laughing. I had to bite my lip and bite my finger so I didn't like laugh out loud. That's all I can think of. This monkey thinks everyone's trying to get in his bumhole, basically.
I wasn't.
That's where I
that.
thought-
I'm having a good look in my
Good
vault.
look
You
in
want to
my
get
vault.
your fingers in my vault, don't you?
You want to turn the turnstile in my vault, don't you?
I was crying.
You want to put your ear against it and listen to the creak. Is that your hot news?
That's my hot news. I'm a
Hot news
pathetic fucking child.
You have not had a good week, Pete.
Dreadful week.
You got a new car.
That's boring.
Oh, that was
innit?
last week's news. Wasn't it?
Yeah,
You took your caravan out and got a new tow
I
ball.
did.
That's hot news in my eyes. That's hot
That's
news.
giving Rich a massive boner.
It's giving
And
me
the
hot.
dog shit it up again.
It's giving me hot
Same
news.
dog that farted dived in a swamp in Delmere Forest.
And shit up the
Yeah,
car. That
Shit
car,
up the car again.
he's not having a
Again.
good start, is it?
Again.
Fucking hell.
Rich, hot news.
Right, hot news. Today, me and Laura went to Chester,
Yep.
and we only live 20 minutes away from Chester, basically.
I
If
like
that,
Chester.
15 minutes away. Have you ever walked around the walls?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've never, ever
It's good.
in my life walked around the walls.
How long does it take? About 45 minutes?
It took us about an hour.
An hour?
Because we were dawdling and
Having a look at stuff.
having a look at stuff. And
It's
like,
quite nice, isn't it?
yeah, looking in people's back gardens and all that.
Yeah.
Just
Bit of peeping.
gorgeous. Bit of peeping. Then you walk around and you've got the race course, haven't you?
Yeah. I used to live down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the race course.
That's nice. It's really nice around there. Isn't it?
Yeah, lovely.
Lots of money around there.
Oh, yeah.
You could get some proper good peeping done because you're looking right in the gardens.
Oh,
aren't
you're
you?
dead eye
You
up
are?
and you could get your binoculars, have a look in what you have for your tea.
Yeah, what if you
Yeah.
see you get that.
Oh, she's at it again.
Yeah.
Mrs. Miggins.
Mrs. Miggins
Dirty
having a
gat.
pie.
She's grabbing toast out the cupboard like Rich does.
It's not
Why is
that,
there a man covering
It's not-
himself in Marmite?
it's not that exciting.
It's not though. We did see someone in his kitchen actually. About a 70-year-old fella wandering around with his socks on.
Nothing else.
I don't know, I didn't.
Like every other person does when they own their
Yeah,
kitchen.
flip-flops and socks. Anyway, that's not really
That is not news!
That's not news.
None of this is
None of
news.
this is news.
Dog farted and I watched the film.
You got your film and I walked around the Chester walls. I was just never done before. I had a pasty.
That's not
Cheese
news.
on in pasty.
I had a
Is
pasty
that
today.
classed as news? Actually, I went into the cathedral.
And had a pasty.
No. And I saved a bee.
You saved a bee.
Yeah, we walk around. You know where they have them like sarcophagus things. You know, like
Like a tombs.
tombs on the floor. We're walking around, and you've got the gardens. Have you been there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
loads of
gardens
times.
we go
Yeah.
outside, and there's that weird woman statue with another little childy type thing.
Yeah. A child.
Anyway, a child.
Yeah, one of them.
Walked back in, walked up a bit, and there's a bee on one of them tombs. I thought, it looked like it was struggling. It's a honeybee. So I said, Laura, you got anything in your bag, like a receipt or something?
Like a sugar cube.
Not like a sugar cube, yeah.
Yes, I've got one right here.
Got it up on the receipt. Then it crawled onto my hand, and I went to put it on the foxgloves outside.
Oh, see, that's
I
a nice
thought,
story.
Yeah.
And then did like a bit of shaft of sunlight
Shaft
come
of
through
sunlight
the
came
cloud.
It
Oh,
did. Oh,
Thank you, Rich. Thank you, Rich. Because you're in the cathedral, aren't you?
Yeah, we are.
Nice one, Rich.
But yeah, it was good. I enjoyed that.
Sound lad.
However, though, we're just leaving.
Did it bite you? Did you get bitten by the
I
bee?
don't want to get bit off a bee.
Oh, no, the
that's
bee
the
was
worst
fine.
thing.
The bee's
Stung
gone.
off a fish.
Forget about that.
Yeah.
Tell you what, though, that stuff they've carved in that. How the fucking hell did he do that?
It is amazing, like.
Them carvings when you're sitting in that, like where the stools, the chairs are.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. It's so precise.
I often go
Oh,
there
that's
to clear me out.
Hundreds and hundreds of years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
How the hell did they do that?
Well, they had a Black and Decker,
They must have.
a
must
belt
have something.
sander, and the power of God.
Yeah. It looks like not something we could do now, is it?
Well, no, because we're not trained
No,
chiselers.
We'll
We're not,
3D
no.
print it.
yeah,
Yeah.
true.
I could do it.
Yeah, that's maybe they had 3D printers back then.
Yeah, that's what they've done.
But
God's 3D
we're
printer.
just coming out. And you remember the guy from previous podcasts who's been mentioned?
Oh,
Is this Bulb
A
Man?
little old. But how did you know?
Bulbman!
Bulbman was in there.
oh.
And he was at the door as we were coming
Did he have a
out.
bulb with him?
He was coming in.
Did he say hi to you?
No. he looked right at me. And then just looks away.
He goes, "Hello, God, I have sinned.
Yeah.
I have been bribing people with pot noodle plants. Please forgive me."
Please forgive me.
No.
And then I turn up.
No! I'll
So,
turn
yeah.
you into a bee.
He was there. My only other news is I won £10 on the Omaze. You know that thing where you can win a house?
Oh yeah, it's,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
what Mark. It's what Mark Hamill's always
Is it?
like.
Oh, he's
talking
always
about.
on at me.
He's always talking about
Only started. Only never used it before. Never tried it. And I thought, I'll give it a go. It's a tenner to enter, isn't it?
No idea what it is.
And you won a tenner,
I won a tenner.
so you made nothing.
Oh, the tenner you can convert into an Xbox code. So I got 4 Xbox games.
Oh, okay.
So I put it into my Xbox and I got a game that should have been 30 quid for 20 quid.
It's alright.
That's that.
What game did you get?
There is Resident Evil 4.
I'm not big. I've never really played any big
I
like
haven't.
horror games.
I've not myself, so I'm looking forward to that.
One of my favourite horror games ever is Friday the 13th.
Great.
It's such a
Never played
simple game. All you do is you're either a counsellor or you're Jason. And if you're Jason, you got to hunt and kill all the counsellors. Or if you're a counsellor, you just have to escape Jason, where either by like building a car or calling the police or
It's
something.
great. It's that
But
simple,
it's a
isn't it?
massive role playing game.
What's that on?
It's on Xbox, but
Is it?
but the people who you know this, don't you? The people who owned.
Yeah, they had rights issues
yeah.
with it.
So the game, it was made by students, weren't it?
I can't remember.
I might be wrong, but it was made by students. You know, just as I don't know if it was for like a university thing or a masters or something. Like that. And they made it, and it massively blew up, bigger than they thought. And then the people who own the copyrights for Friday the 13th,
as you would.
struck it down.
Of course it will.
But it was making so much money. But I don't know if they had something to do with it. I don't know if they got permission or something. But it's massive. It's one of the best
It's
games.
still around.
It's the only game.
It's just not don't have new content on it anymore.
There's a game the kids play on Android. Well, it's on Apple as well. And it's an old granny. And you have to escape her.
Wait,
I can't think what it's called.
No, it's not one. It's not one.
Oh, you should hear the kids scream.
I thought you talked.
It's like the same sort of thing,
It's
isn't it?
fucking
Like,
terrifying.
Was it Dead by Daylight? That's not
Something
one.
like
is
that.
it?
Dead by
It's
Daylight.
called
Dead by
Escape,
Daylight's
Escape
great.
Granny or something.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
It really is.
I love shit like that.
Huh? She comes out the wardrobe, you just walk, she's give me a go, and I'm like, ah, fucking hell, she's in the fucking wardrobe.
Do you remember when?
It's just like being at home.
Do you remember when you first got the VR and you had that game?
Hated.
Yeah, you had the game. You got to run through the corridors and you got something chasing you.
Yeah.
It's fucking horrible.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
I do
Makes
like
me feel a bit sick.
Yeah, I do like VR. VR.
Yeah,
VR.
VR.
Yeah, I do like VR, but I get the worst motion sickness ever. Like, because you've got a Walking Dead game, and I love the Walking Dead.
brilliant,
Yeah,
man.
I
It's
got that.
great, but after about 20 minutes, you just want to throw up
Yeah.
because it just messes with your eyes and your head. It's horrible.
What's
But,
that? There's a horror one I played. It's fucking brilliant. I can't remember what it's called.
On VR.
Yeah. Oh, what's the one where there's a series of them made into film? There were films. Who's on about it? It's the CCTV cameras.
Oh, Freddy. Oh no.
What's it fucking called?
Five Nights at
Paranormal
Freddy's.
Activity.
Paranormal Activity.
Oh, I love those films.
I got that on the VR. Oh, it's brilliant. Fucking brilliant.
How'd you play that?
It's not like the film. It's
Yeah.
you just go round this house
Well, that
and
sounds like fun.
shit's jumping out and scaring
Yeah.
you all over the place, and
Oh,
heads are
great.
coming rolling down the corridors and stuff like that.
I've
There's one
never.
bit where
again, like
the
Maya.
loft opens and a little something like eyes glowing peeping at you, like fuck that. I'm not going down there because you get carried
'Cause
away.
you're in it.
You do get carried
Yeah,
away. Don't
you're
you?
in it,
You
yeah.
forget you're in there.
Have you seen the video?
I want to play it again now.
Yeah.
So I think we should get it out again and play it. Have you ever seen the videos of like the old, like they get old people on VRs, and they're like walking on a tightrope, and when they fall, they just fall over.
They fall over into the telly.
Great, yeah.
Smash
And
the telly
people
up.
laughing.
Twitter, straight
Fuck
away.
you, Grandad.
But
So
yeah.
that is basically
Any other
my
hot news?
So no one had
nothing.
any news
Don't
whatsoever.
have any news whatsoever at all. No, that's me done.
It's not the worst week of hot
It's the
news we've
worst
ever
week.
had.
Utterly terrible. Awful.
I've been off. I'm on
Awful.
holiday, aren't I, this week? So, well, since last Thursday.
It's been on holiday.
I've
You
just
would have
been
thought you had some news.
Yeah,
Just been
pasty.
chilling in the
What do you
garden.
want?
Yeah, I had a pasty. Been chilling in the garden. Didn't want to play swing ball because I felt shit.
Yeah.
I always feel shit when I get a day off. I always feel like shit. Oh, here's me holiday.
Yeah,
Ill.
then suddenly you're
Every
ill.
fucking time.
Not fair.
Oh, the weather's been so nice. We've just been sat in the garden and we non-stop. We had like barbecues 2 days in a row,
Amazing.
which was amazing. But I wanted to play some Red Dead again, and I took the Xbox outside just to play it because I didn't want to sit in the room.
I took it, brought it out here and played Far Cry. And I was like,
We still have a games night, Rich.
yeah, we will. We'll have a game
And I'll
night.
watch you play them because I'm shit at games.
I'm shooting
Right.
games. I'm not much better.
Right,
Shall we?
Should we get into the? No, we've done the hot news.
I'll challenge you to a game of snooker. I've got snooker. It's
Yes.
fucking brilliant.
Or why don't we actually just go and play snooker?
Well,
'Cause
we'll
I
just
love
sit
snooker.
here and play snooker.
Oh, we'll do that then. Fine. Right. Great.
Well, that was wonderful.
What a shit show that
Yeah.
was.
Fuck
Shut
me,
it,
start
shut
to
it,
finish.
shut it down quick.
Right, fucking garbage. We'll be back in a minute.
Main topic.
It's the main fucking topic. Hello, everyone. Professor Von BAIRYHASTARD here again, and I'm with the boys. That's Rich and Carl, and we're going to discuss cryptids. Some of the most famous cryptids. You've all heard of the Loch Ness monster, Bigfoot. He was here earlier.
He was.
He was. Yeah.
The Mongolian death worm.
Who?
Yes.
See, Richard has.
Only last night though.
He's got a Mongolian death worm. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a little brief description of what these cryptids are,
Okay.
and then you're going to tell me, in a scenario, how you would capture
Oh, okay.
said cryptid.
Okay.
Oh, that, I like
Are
a
you
twist.
happy with that, boys?
I'm
There's
happy
a
with
twist. There's a twist.
that. We didn't know this was going to happen, by the way.
Now,
Dr. Van Tickle his beard has only just told us about this.
now, the caveat is, I control the cryptids, and I'm an arsehole. So they're not necessarily going to be very
It's not their
receptive.
It's not their natural behaviour.
No. Their natural behaviour is probably not fucking existing because they're not real. Let's be honest.
Or are they?
Or are they?
Here's Bigfoot again.
I am Liam, lad.
He's gone. Fuck
Oh,
me.
He's
gone.
off.
I don't believe him. I think it's next door.
He is kind of big and
He
hairy.
is, yeah. Same sort. Looks just like next door.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, I've dropped character.
Where's he gone?
Right. So the first creature,
Yes.
is the Loch Ness monster.
Okay.
Everyone is familiar with the Loch Ness monster, I take it.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Do you want to?
I'll give you a little bit of background.
Look on.
It is affectionately known as Nessie. It's a mythical creature in Scottish folklore that's said to inhabit Loch Ness in the Scottish Highlands. You've been to Loch Ness, Rich, have you
Many
not?
times. Many times.
It's described as a large, long-necked creature with humps protruding out of the water. So we all know what a Nessie looks like.
Yes.
It's potential. It could be a plesiosaur. Could be a big whale,
A serpent.
serpent, or a load of
Or a
bullshit
good
floating
big, one
about.
of the massive fish. Can't remember what they're called, but it could be one of them as well.
Salmon.
No, the bigger.
A turbot.
An
I can't-
eel.
I can't honestly think what they're called, but there's a huge fish in there, isn't there?
Do you believe in the Loch Ness monster? That's question one. Do you believe in it?
It's probably the most famous.
It's certainly up
Cryptid,
there, isn't it?
I think, back in the day, like hundred years ago, I think there was something of it won't be just one. It would have been just one of them because I would have just come around if it was just one of them. That's why I don't.
Very old.
But I think it was the last of its breed or last of its kind.
Oh, that's sad.
I know, but it didn't look like what people think it looked like. It weren't green and it didn't have back. It didn't have a big fat batty on it.
Did it have a little Scottish hat on though? Because if you buy them in the shops,
Yeah,
they've always got the little scarf.
Yeah.
Don't forget, it comes
That's
up with
Scottish hat.
bagpipes under its arm.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
It's got those checkered pants on. It's like a checkered sock
Yeah.
all the way through.
Yeah.
No,
So not like that.
I don't believe in it, but I think there was something like it a long time ago, and then people have just fantasized it about still being around.
Rich made loads of money off it.
Yeah.
In the process.
Well, yeah,
I don't know.
An industry,
really don't.
mate.
There's a guy gone up there, doesn't he, called Steve Felton, and he went about 30 years ago, and he lives on the sides of the Loch. It was his dream. Have you seen the programme? It's on.
I have seen it.
Have you
I
seen
have
it?
seen it.
And I've met him twice. And
Was it by Loch Ness?
He's
there staring.
There's at the far end. There's a pub called Doors Inn.
Right.
He drove up there.
What a lazy name. Sorry to interrupt. What a lazy name.
Well, what do you want to call it?
You'd call it like the Loch Inn or the Loch Ness
Loch
Inn.
Inn?
Or
The Loch Inn?
The Loch Ness Inn or something.
Loch Ness Inn. No, the Doors. The
Well,
Doors
that's
Inn.
a really fucking. Hang on, you're skitting that name. The Doors Inn, and you said, "Oh, I call it the Loch Ness Inn."
Yeah, because
Hang
it,
on, hang on.
fucking
let me
hell.
just clear something up. Do you know where it is?
what?
It's indoors.
It's indoors.
It's in a place called Doors.
Oh,
So it's clever.
So it's called the Doors Inn.
but if it was
for
right-
a reason.
Oh, what are we going to call this inn in Loch Ness? Oh God, what about the Loch Ness Inn? Nah,
No, the
You- you
you're a
Doors.
fucking moron and call it that.
would you not make it a pun to do with the Loch Ness monster? Wouldn't you bring tourists and stuff like that?
What?
Well,
Like what?
Like the Loch Ness Inn? I don't know.
Shit! This episode is shit. Start to
You
finish.
could have Loch-ins and call it the Loch
The Loch Inn,
The
yeah.
Loch Inn.
Yeah,
They're just
the
play on
Loch
words.
Ness.
The Loch Inn.
So you went up there.
Anyway, went up there.
You met this dude.
This dude, he went up there. I watched the programme on telly. His dream, he fucked his girlfriend off, sold his house. He bought, you know, the old library vans. Well, you know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Bought one of them. He asked permission first if he found out somewhere to stay, and they said, "Yeah, you can stay in our car park." So he drives up there. 30. It must be 30. It was in the 90s,
Yeah.
and he's still there to this day. Steve Felton,
And he's saying fuck all.
and he makes little Nessies out of clay. Then I bought a few. I can't remember.
that's
I haven't
quite
got them anymore. They sit on a stone and they're holding like a jewel. And he's been looking every fucking day for 30 years for the Loch Ness monster. He's got a massive fucking hell telescope and binoculars all set up outside his caravan. And fuck all.
I'll
he
tell you
thinks-
what. I'll tell you something. That monster knows he's there.
Yeah.
And he's just like
He's
that.
like,
fuck
fuck
behind
off.
his back. Fuck off.
It's
no.
got like X-ray vision. He's in the water, and then as soon as he goes, "Oh, that's it for today," he just pops up there, goes, "Hello," and then he's done. He just pops his little head out the water, dead quick.
like wanker, and then goes back down.
Hey, brick! He goes, "What?"
Brick face.
I shagged your girlfriend before you left her.
So yeah, that's my opinion on it. Do you think it's real?
I'd like to think so.
Did you go up there to find it, or did you go up there to visit the place?
Both.
Both.
Holiday and to
I'd like
and
to
have a little.
go.
And to have a
I've been to
little
Loch
look.
Lomond. That's pretty.
Yeah, but it's a big expanse of water.
It's
It is.
massive,
It's
yeah.
massive. So I don't see why not. I don't see why it couldn't exist.
But if you're that big, why if you're that big of a monster, why would you live in that just
But-
that one bit?
Do you reckon there's
It's a big
underground
fucking bit.
rivers underground and stuff that it can get out and come back in? And
Yeah, it
connects
goes to the sea.
To the
doesn't it?
sea.
Yeah.
So who
Like a
knows?
hamster tube.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly like a
just
hamster.
like a
tube.
hamster
Yeah.
tube. And we're going to talk about how we'd capture it.
Yes.
Isn't that?
How? So the scenario is.
Oh, you need to go back to that fella again.
Yes.
Oh,
don't you?
yeah, sorry, go on.
Sorry. Hello. I'm back.
Oh, hello there.
Hello. Yes, Steve Felton is standing by the side of the loch playing with his bagpipes. He finishes playing, finishes off, wipes his hands on his tunic, and the Loch Ness monster rises out of the water and bites his bagpipes off. You're there, next to his library van. What are you going to do?
I'm going to grab.
Steve Felton's on the ground now, writhing in agony.
Do you know what I think would happen? So if he popped out and I saw it, and I reckon if he's smart enough, he's going to go, "Oh shit, I've actually been seen this time." So he's going to come for me.
Well, he's had Felton,
yeah,
hasn't he?
yeah. But
Felton's dead.
Yeah,
Felton's dead now.
But
Put his bollocks off.
I've actually seen it.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Oh shit!" Like,
Oh,
he's
shit.
actually, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into that little library van. I'm going to grab the thickest book I've got and twat it over the head and knock it out. And then
yes.
and then I'm going to wrap it in a little ribbon. And then I'm going to stick it in the car.
Do you realise how big this thing is?
And it's got teeth.
I'll tow it.
You would think a book over the head would knock out a plesiosaur, do you?
If it was like a Bible or like I don't know, like the
I don't think so.
or like the
He's
yellow.
got
If it was
Bibles,
like the
isn't
yellow,
King James Bible, which one?
if it was like the yellow pages, that'll do some damage.
Not to please you, so my friend. Its head is probably as big as this fucking shed.
Oh, then I'll just okay. I'll go. All right, then I'll just go. Right, listen here.
It's eating you too late, Rich. What are you gonna do?
I've been eating.
I'm going to whip out my phone, obviously, and snap some photos.
Are you gonna hold it in ransom? Go. Ah.
I'm going to hold. I've got all the photos on my phone, and
And run like shit.
before Steve comes round.
Steve's not gonna. He's
Is he
dead,
gone
mate.
or is he dead?
Carl's dead and all. He was fucking around with a book.
God, fucking around with books, swiping it, and I've got my photos. I've got in my car, and I am gone.
But you're not. That's not.
scenario.
That's not capturing it, is it?
But then am I going to give them photos to the papers, or am I just going to
Hold him.
look at them myself and then delete them and let it be? I just delete them. I delete them
Twist.
photos and fucking let it be.
Yeah, he keeps the. He keeps the pictures. He goes back and he goes back to Loch. Ness. He goes. He just sees him in the water. Goes. I just kept for myself. And he goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't see that on
Yeah.
there.
He slams his chest twice and gives a little peace sign.
Yeah.
It's all right, brother.
It's all right, brother. I've got your back. I've got your front back.
It's like the end of Terminator 2. The thumb comes up out of the water.
Yeah, that's how we.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
That truly is going into the
Inspiring.
spirit of cryptids. Keeping them alive, keeping them away from horrible humans who beat them over the head with a Bible.
And cut them up just to see how they worked.
Wonderful, Rich.
Yeah.
Well, round 1 goes to you.
Oh, right, okay. Right, I'm going to bring it back from the next
Round
one.
2.
Okay.
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot?
Bigfoot.
Who?
Are
What
you
is it?
aware of a Bigfoot?
No, you explain it to me.
They're commonly referred to as a Sasquatch. It's a large and hairy human-like mythical creature, a bit like Rich,
I was going to say, you describing Rich.
alleged to inhabit forests in North America. Bigfoot has been around since the mid-20th century in popular culture. Famously caught on film, of course. There's clearly a man in a suit.
Oh, with that long stride.
With a
walk.
long stride and the long swinging
And
arms.
looking over its shoulder.
Yes. Yes. Which had no reason to do so. Why would it?
Why would it?
I'd love to carry that video on. You just see him with the, as he swings his arms, he just has a Stella in his hand,
Yeah.
walking.
A flag hanging out his gun.
Yeah,
So, do you believe in a Bigfoot or a tribe of big feet?
Absolute-
Or Yetis or hairy men?
absolutely not.
No, you do not. Why?
No, I don't believe in like a Sasquatch or thing.
But why?
Because
There's too
that
many people.
that sounds
not enough
right.
space.
My thought of this is, through evolution, that I
aware of it.
imagine that's what we kind of would look like at some point of evolution, coming from monkeys to human.
Yeah.
Now, there's no way there's been one sole guy who's not evolved, and he's been around for fucking years.
Why is it just one?
Nah, because
There's supposed to be tribes of them.
Nah, he's fucking you put it to his tribe. You would have found him by now. Ain't real, mate. Ain't real.
Rich?
I just had a thought then when you said that. And like we supposedly came out of the sea as fish. And
That is one theory.
crawled along and up a tree in terms
Keep
of
dropping
why?
character.
How come there's still fish?
Well, that's only one theory, Rich.
I know
It's
that,
the
but how come
aquatic mammal.
How come them fish haven't done it? How come all them fish have just stayed in the sea? Surely by now they'd have come out and
Well, how come?
evolved.
I can't be
You know,
arsed.
anyway,
How come monkeys don't evolve?
yeah, exactly.
'Cause
Kind of exactly
Or
what
mice or birds?
I'm, how come monkeys are still monkeys?
I mean, all animals are.
Are they like can't be asked?
Yeah, but
They just can't be bothered transforming into humans.
Yeah.
But all animals are constantly evolving. You do see changes in different species. But maybe
Millions and millions of years, the monkeys still look the same.
Do
Yeah.
they?
Some of the ones I've seen do.
Oh, you've been around for millions and millions of years to tell Gary that fucker's not changed.
Do
Do you get where I'm coming from?
every
though?
species.
No, I get where you're coming from.
There's a lazy bastard monkey. He's lying. His little monkeys are playing swing ball and advancing themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's lying on the ground having a kip.
yeah.
He's like, I can't be arsed.
Yeah,
with
you
that
can't
shit.
be asked to
I'm
evolve.
going to have to get a fucking mortgage, fucking car insurance. I'll have to cook. I'll have to clean a fucking oven. Go to work.
Descale an oven, mate.
Descale an
please.
oven. That's what I was looking
Yeah.
for. All the shit I'd have to put up with.
Listen to the wife complain.
Listen to the
Oh,
wife
fuck yeah.
complain.
Oh, was work hard? Yeah, I was at work too.
Or I could just not evolve and just
Just
fucking
stay
lie here
like that.
in
Yeah.
a fucking tree.
And that's what them monkeys and them fish do.
That's what
I'll have
that's what
done.
they're thinking, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
Fuck that.
So do you think Bigfoot's real?
I do think Bigfoot's real. That's one cryptid I do think is real.
Why?
Gosh, why, Rich? Oh, he's back.
Oh, he's
Hang on.
back. I don't
Why,
know, I don't
Rich?
need a
Why?
posh voice. I've seen that many
Big feet.
documentaries and people's accounts, and they can't all be lying, surely. Hundreds of thousands of accounts
Yeah, but imagine the money they're making off documentaries and
They're
stuff.
just people, ordinary people, who have seen it. They don't want money for it. They're just telling the story. And
There is no way it's real because someone would have caught the bastard.
I don't know.
Someone would have done it. Someone would have. If people are going out there shooting fucking lions and carving elephant tusks, if they see a Sasquatch, they're gonna fucking shoot the fucker, aren't they?
there is that, but then there's people have said it just disappears and stuff, like it's paranormal.
I've heard that also.
So it's coming from, it's in another dimension.
Yeah.
So we'll never catch it because it's the other side of the veil. And
I've heard that theory.
Yeah.
I
What do
don't.
you think of that theory?
Well,
Mr. Von Hairy Bastard.
BAIRYHASTARD, thank you. Well, I think it's entirely... But I think a lot of these things, like your Loch Ness Monster, and your abominable snowman, and your UFOs, are quite possibly not spacemen or hairy apes, or it could be things from another dimension.
Yes, I think that.
So
I
how-
think that's what's
so-
happening.
so how
Or
would
a
you-
glimpse of another... A brief glimpse.
Right, so here we go then.
Into another
Who's gonna get
into a
the- who's-
parallel universe.
Who's going to get the next point then? Rich, you go first.
That said, how do you catch Bigfoot?
Rich,
The
you go first.
Scenario,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
in the forest,
Yep.
it's getting dark. You and Rich are in they're scrabbling around in the undergrowth. You hear a grunt. It's Rich having a shit. Then you hear another grunt. Oh,
It's Carl having a shit.
it's Carl having a shit. Then you hear another grunt. Oh, it's Bigfoot
Having a shit.
having a shit. Now, he's caught in flagrante. His pants are down.
His head goes over his shoulder.
His little pork pie hat falls off, and he looks at you and thinks, "Uh-oh,
I've been rumbled.
I've been rumbled. What am I going to do?"
Rich, you go first this time. I went
Oh
first.
yeah, this is a tricky one.
You're going to have to pull your pants up rather
I've got-
quickish.
I'm having a poo. I'm not going to wipe my arse.
No, straight
afraid.
for it.
Straight, pants straight up. What am I going to do? I'm going to look around pensively. I'm going to have a pensive look around.
But he's looking at you all this time, and
He's looking at me, and he's massive, isn't he?
He's a big
fucking,
fucker,
I'm just going to
yeah.
fucking run and leave Carl.
Okay, so
That's not Captain.
I am going to throw Carl.
Both
I'm
of the
gonna run.
right, both of the things he's seen, he's running away from.
I'm
That's
running.
not capturing it. At least I'm trying to make the effort to get it.
I've taken in Carl's position, and I've run in a parallel line away from Bigfoot, so he's got to stumble upon Carl having a shit.
yes,
Because he hasn't
excellent.
got up as quick as me.
Well, maybe is he bait? So
Carl's-
once
well, he is- he is
once
now.
he sets on Carl,
Once he sets on Carl, that's it. I'm gone.
then you could
Carl's-
come back and get him.
I'm
I'm
taking.
just fucking gone.
No, you're gone.
I'm
Excellent.
gone. I've seen him with my own eyes.
Yeah.
I don't need to prove it to any fucking
Is this
else.
going to be a pattern in this?
This could be a
fuck off
pattern
every
for-
time.
Every time I'm gonna fucking do a runner.
I'm going to.
What an honourable
I'm
man.
going for a
Throw
different.
Carl
I'm
in the
going to go
fucking
for
answer.
a different approach here.
Go on.
I'm
Now,
in the.
Rich has ran.
I'm in the shrubs, wiping my arse with a dock leaf, and he sees me, and I go, "Wait, just wait." His head goes over his shoulder once
Yes.
again, and he goes, "I say, listen, mate, I know you get a lot of scrutiny, and
Yes.
you have a lot of documentaries and stuff, but just listen. Let me just talk to you for 2 minutes.
You do realise he probably doesn't understand English. You realise he's
I'm doing
he's
sign-
a fucking monkey
I'm also doing sign language as well, because they understand that, don't they?
with a shitty hands.
Yeah. So I say to him, listen, mate, I have a podcast. If you want to,
Yes, I'm sure he's aware of podcasts.
it's a really famous podcast. If
Yes.
if you're ready to come out and just say, listen, I am real, but please just leave me alone, then you're more than welcome to come onto the podcast. He comes onto the podcast. He comes into the stable.
Maybe he's a delightful character.
We lock the door.
Yeah.
We jump out the window.
You'd be watching Bigfoot and the fucking Hendersons.
Yeah.
Right.
So So I get him in the stable. I lock
Yes.
him in the stable.
Yes, he could easily burst out of this.
I get Pod Dog
Yes.
to keep guard.
Yes.
I mean,
This is very elaborate.
you've heard how that fucker
So how
barks.
have you travelled all this way from like North Carolina to Ellesmere Port
I got my first.
with a big fucking monkey?
I got my first class.
You also have to catch up with Rich and say, "Look, you bastard!
You've got.
You ran off on me
Have
again."
you seen this?
I'm already back here.
Have you seen the Scooby Doo?
If you're coming up the path with him, I've locked it out.
Have you
you're
seen
stuck.
have you seen the Scooby Doo film where they go to the haunted spooky island and Scooby Doo's trying to get on the plane? He's dressed as an old grandma and he's wearing like a hat with the dress. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do with Bigfoot.
Well, it's extremely unlikely, Carl, but I'll give it to you because
Do I win that point?
yeah, fair play. It's at least you tried.
Yeah.
There
You
you go.
didn't throw your friend under a bus and allow him
to
to be savagely beaten to death by an ape man.
ripped apart.
At least I said, listen here, mate. Don't kill me. Let me be frank. Let me just chat to you for a sec.
I mean, it's highly unlikely he would listen to you.
But there's a chance he could.
And then you would produce a wig and a dress
Yes.
and a passport for the monkey.
And some Scooby snacks.
Yes, excellent. Well, at least you tried.
Point to me, 1-1.
Point to you.
One,
Point
one.
to you.
Very good. Very good.
Scenario number 3. Is everyone aware of the Mothman?
No.
Are you aware of the Mothman?
I
Richard?
kind of am, but I don't know exactly what it is. But it's
Well, he's a man.
a man who looks like a
Looks
moth.
like a big moth.
Yeah.
Like a fancy dress costume or...
No, like a giant Mothman. You fucking moron.
Do you want to give us a description? So, it's very aggressive, this man.
Cannon bomb fucking hairy bastard.
Yeah, he's very aggressive.
That's BAIRYHASTARD.
BAIRYHASTARD, sorry. Do apologise.
It's a humanoid creature reportedly seen in the Point Pleasant area in America in the 60s. He is human-sized, with giant moth wings and red eyes. He flies at people and he's connected, also very interestingly, and there's a movie based around this, with a collapse of the Silver Bridge.
What?
Richard
It's
Gere's
called
in the
It is
film. I've
indeed
seen it.
Richard Gere film,
I have
yeah.
seen that, yeah.
Yes, so he's also a cryptid himself.
Yes.
He's the man who stuffs hamsters up his arse.
That's right.
Look it up. Yes, the collapse of the Silver Bridge. The Mothman was there,
Okay.
perhaps warning people to stay away before the bridge collapsed,
Right.
frightening them off. So it's a human size. If you look at my notes here, that's how big the cunt is. Look at the size of him.
He's massive.
He's big, isn't he?
I've never caught a Mothman.
Right. So, first of all, bullshit.
Wait.
Oh.
You think it's absolute crap?
Yes.
Okay. Why?
There's no way a moth...
Lots of people have seen it.
A man has not shagged the moth to create a Mothman.
Well, how do you... What makes you say a man is shagging a moth? Maybe he just developed moth wings.
No. The only plausible reason is a man has grabbed a little moth and he's fucking ramming it on his little pecker.
Oh, you really meant that, didn't you?
And then had a little
Very graphic.
Mothman baby.
Yes.
Mothman baby.
But no, not real. Rich, is it real?
I find that one hard to think is real, yeah. I don't think it's real.
There's a lot of witnesses.
But then, again, there's a lot of witnesses, isn't there? And
Yes.
people who claim to have saw it, but... no, I don't think it's real, that one.
Well, he's coming at you.
He's coming out.
You're-
If he's real or not, we're fucked.
Yeah, you're on
Carl's
the
fucked.
bridge. You're on the bridge, the pair of you, dressed just as you are now in your beautiful little hoodies. And here comes Mothman with his big red eyes coming at you, staring into your soul. He's aiming at you, Carl.
Oh,
He's flying down, his big balls swinging. What are you going to do
right.
to capture the Mothman?
So my first thought is like, you know when Batman has his big signal light?
Yes,
So I'm going to have one of
a
them.
giant light bulb.
Yeah, I'm going to have a massive light bulb. And because it's that big, he's going to go, oh. That's
Around for a while.
That's a bit naughty, that over there. I'm going to have a little look over there. So as I'm teasing him, go, come on, a bit closer. Come on, come a bit closer. And I'm moving back with me big light. And then as he's flying towards me, I turn the light off, and behind the light is one of those like wood chippers. And he flies straight into the wood chipper and gets
Right.
and dies.
You've killed him.
Yeah, but I've captured him.
No, you've killed
You
him.
shredded him.
You've shredded him into a million pieces.
But I've caught him.
Technically,
He is a puddle of mush.
why don't you just have a net or something?
Oh, well, okay. I could have a light and have a jar.
Why not go to the
Is it? How big is the Mothman, by the way? Is he enormous?
fucking massive? Look at him.
Yeah. Okay. So I can't capture him in a jar or something, can I?
Well, why? How would you go to the expense of having a giant light bulb and a giant fucking shredding machine? Why not have a big net?
Oh, because a big net. Let's
Way
be honest.
more
If he's that
easy
big,
to-
he's going to nibble through that net, isn't he? Let's be honest. So
Well,
the
actually-
easiest way of doing that is just kill
Just
it.
kill it.
Just kill it.
Rich, have you ran away at this point?
No, this one. I've watched Carl and I've had an idea in my head, which I had the same time as Carl, obviously.
Light
So
bulb.
now I've got to have a different take on it. Yeah. I'm going to go into ABBA's old fucking storage units, and I'm going to bring out the fucking Super Trooper.
What's a Super
Super
Trooper?
Trooper is the fucking massive fucking lights you used to use, isn't it, to find planes and stuff in the war.
Oh.
You know, the big, huge fucking lights and the.
Oh yeah.
That's what it's
Did
about.
not know
Super
that.
Trooper shines like a something. Anyway, so I've got a Super Trooper, which I drag back, plug in, and I stick it in. I've got a big cage hanging above a tree, and then I put me Super Trooper, shine it up. Obviously, he's attracted because he's a
He's
moth.
fluttering about.
He comes in, I cut the fucking rope, and the cage falls down, and I've got him. He's in my cage, yeah. Then I'm going to pull his wings off.
Jesus
Why
Christ!
are you
I'm gonna
doing
pull his
this
wings
to
off,
this
so he can't fly
beautiful
away
creature?
then. He can't fly away then, can he?
But then when people come and inspect it, it goes, that's not a moth.
Oh,
That's a moth
I
has
might-
wings.
That's a man.
That's a man.
Yeah, I'll leave the wings, but I'll start messing with
What,
them.
are you going to clip him like a parrot somewhere where he can't fly?
You touch him off, all the fucking powder comes off its wings, doesn't it? And he can't fly then. So I'll just get all the powder off his wings.
And he's
You're gonna dust him in your little maid
Dust him
costume.
down. yeah, get all the dust off so he can't fly. And I'll stick a fucking collar around his neck and I'll march him to the police station.
very King Kong. These things never end well.
I think I have to admit, I think Rich wins that
I
one.
think Rich wins that one, yes.
Yes, he does.
At least he didn't shred it to fucking
At least it got it,
pieces. He got him.
I got him.
You got
got the
blood
bastard.
and
Yeah,
guts and eyeballs.
I'm gonna win. Yeah, Rich. Yeah, I like that idea. Are you gonna be playing the song Super Trooper while you grab it?
Yeah, I've Super Trooper playing while I do it.
Yeah.
And if he's an ABBA fan,
He's gonna go, shit, I love
I
Abbott.
fucking love that song.
Yeah.
And he's got a Super Trooper as well. You learned something new. I didn't even know about Super Trooper. Was a big
Well,
one.
I didn't know Waterloo was about the Battle of Waterloo.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
what's his
Usually
name
songs
was?
are about something, aren't
I thought you.
they?
Plumbing company?
The fucking toilet. Flushing the toilet or something.
I thought it was a made up word. Waterloo.
Just
What
like
time?
me the other week with me fucking footsteps in Gabardine.
Yeah, but it is Gabardine.
Yeah, but I thought that was a made up word.
Yeah.
It's
there you go.
It's a cloth.
We should make a list of made up words that weren't made up. Gabardine and Super Trooper and Waterloo.
Yeah. We should make a list. Right, have we got another one so I
Yes.
can at least bring it back to 2-2?
It's the Mongolian death worm.
Oh, yes.
Now, large intestine-like worm exists in the Gobi Desert. Investigations into the legendary creature have been pursued by amateur cryptozoologists and academics alike, but there's been no evidence found to support the existence of the creature. Apparently it's shaped like a sausage about 2 feet long.
It's not very big.
There's no head or leg, but it's so poisonous that to merely touch it means instant death.
So you literally just touch it and you just drop dead.
You would die. Probably fouling yourself at the same time.
Soiling myself.
Now,
Oh dear.
the scenario for the Mongolian death worm, you and Rich are in the Gobi Desert.
Well, first of all, we need to see if it's real or not, don't we?
Oh, of course you do. Thank you for
Butting in
reminding me of my own game. You cunt.
It could be real. If anything like that is going to live somewhere, it's going to be in the desert,
Well,
or
a desert's a big place, you see.
or it's going to be in the jungle, in the Amazon. But it could be if it's that small.
Well,
It's not small. 2 foot is a
2
big worm.
foot's quite a big worm.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, comparing to how big the desert
If a
is.
2 foot
And
worm
I
come out
assume-
of their fucking floor now, and I'll
Yeah, but
get out of here, put it that way.
you got to think about it, though. The colour of a worm might camouflage into the sand, so it will be harder to see than you probably think. You're not going to be a kilometre away and go, oh, look at that big fucking worm. You're not going to see it. So
Well,
it could be real. It could be, but I don't think it is.
I think it's possible.
It's possible because there's animals like it, not like it, but animals that are that poisonous that can kill you, not by just touching it straight away, but there are highly poisonous animals out there, especially in the Amazon or something. But it could live under the sand. It could be like
Like
the
a
thing.
worm?
Yeah, like
you got a June.
the
like a
thing.
big worm.
You know the thing in Star Wars.
Yes.
That
Oh,
goes,
yeah.
that goes in the what they called when they live in the sand and they.
Sarlacc.
Yeah.
It could be something like that. Yeah.
I hope so.
Oh, that'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Or
Rich,
could-
aim a little higher.
It could be like tremors,
Yes.
just on a smaller scale,
Yes.
but
So some little shakes.
no shakes, no earthquakes, and
Yes. Little. What's a small tremor?
small tremor. Yeah, like what is a small tremor?
That's the most, in my opinion, that's the most plausible one so far.
Pete isn't here.
Pete's not here. With Von Bastard, fucking
I'm
hairy
Professor
bastards here.
Von Berry.
Oh, sorry, yeah, sorry. I got so invested in it. Rich, is it real?
I know very, very little about it because obviously I googled the same thing as Very Von Bastard did last night.
You just can't get my name right. This man's a fucking moron. Absolute fucking moron.
I think it's possible. It's more than possible. But I would. I don't. Yeah, I'll say yeah, it's possible.
Right.
Well, it is possible, and I brought one along.
Oh no!
Put your pants back up. Put your pants back up.
And I windmill it at you right now.
It's spitting at me. Scenario.
And it's not
Scenario.
too fucking long, like he said.
It's 2 inches
2
long.
inches.
Fuck me, this is childish. You're in the Gobi Desert. Carl says, "Look at me big death worm," and waves his little slug about. And then you see it staring at your little slug. It wants to mate with your little slug. It's popped its head out of the desert sands. What do you do?
No, it's Rich. It's Rich first.
What do I do?
It's staring at Carl's little penis.
All right, that's a good start for me. That
Raised up like a
that's
python.
a good start. For
Advantage, Rich.
Advantage already. Yeah.
Its
So
head is darting. There's no head.
Carl
its
is
end is darting.
its end is how
Darting
quick is this
about.
worm? How fast
It's
is
fairly
it?
quick. It's fairly quick.
It's quite quick. So
It's a speedy worm.
I've noticed Carl. He hasn't got time to pull it. He's in the same scenario as the Bigfoot. He hasn't got time to pull his kecks up. I'm not having a piss.
He's always got his pants down.
You say you
Scenarios.
fucking run away. I swear down.
I'm gonna trip Carl up. So Carl's now on the floor and his pecker's up in the sun, flapping about, and I'm gonna fucking run.
Why are you leaving me?
Because I'm not gonna. I am. That is my character. That is built in to me to
The coward.
throw you under.
You're a coward. I was about to say that.
Throw you under the bus.
Coward.
I think it's instinct, isn't it? It is
No,
instinct.
but that's not capturing it.
I'm not trying to
The
capture
question is, who's got the
The
more?
entire point was to capture the
it.
worm.
Oh right, yeah.
Or
And then
the
fucking
Loch
run
Ness
away.
Of course,
monster.
yeah. And then it will come out of the sand and attack Carl's penis.
Correct, yes.
Meanwhile,
Mate with it.
I have run and I've got this big plastic bucket,
Yes.
which is big enough to go for Carl as well. Sorry.
That's a big bucket.
It's like a bath. It's
a
like
big
a
bucket.
big bath,
Yes.
plastic bath thing. It's out in the desert.
Yes.
It's like a water butt, I've just decided. And I turn it upside down, I run over, and I jump down and I put it over Carl and the worm at the same time.
So Carl would be mated
Carl
to death by the death
I'm
worm.
afraid he's in there. He's in there with the worm. But I've captured it.
Yes.
I've just had a fucking horrible thought, and I don't.
And now I'm going to let it go. I'm going to take a photo
And once
let it go
again,
on its
Carl's dead body rots.
Oh, I've just had a. Oh, can I say? Yeah, I can say it. Right.
What do you do, Carl?
Oh, this is.
In your scenario.
I don't know why this is. There's something fucking wrong with me. Right. Right. Do you know what I'm going to do?
Yes.
It's coming for my pecker, innit?
Yes.
So.
Yeah,
Fuck,
piss on
right.
it.
This is no.
Are you going to
what I'm gonna
lean
do-
into it?
What I'm going to do. Oh, this is horrible. What I'm going to do. I've actually gross. When I thought about this, I've just went in my head.
Turn around, let it go
No,
your bottom.
no. What I'm going to do is. Yeah. Okay. Right. What I'm going to do is. It's coming for my pecker. And I know that's what it wants. So what I'm going to do is.
Oh, it knows.
As
And-
it's, no,
as do
this
you.
is very important to this. My point. When it sees my penis,
Yes.
how far away is it from me? Have I got a bit of time to
It's
prep?
6 foot away.
See, can I have 10 foot away? Can I?
This scenario is real.
Okay,
I
right.
didn't
Right. So
invent
what we're
it.
going to do is, in that time, I'm going to stick a Johnny on. Yeah. So I'm going to quickly roll a Johnny on me cock,
Yes,
and then
yes.
as it runs to me, I'm going to grab the sides of the Johnny, whack it off, and it's going to slide into the.
And it's going to suffocate.
It's going to slide into the cunt. It's going to slide onto the Johnny.
That's absolute genius.
Yeah, and it's genius. I'll give
It's going to slide.
give him that one.
It's going to. Sorry, wait, they're going to be sick.
Sorry, but these two are incapable of speech. Just a little.
It's an excellent suggestion. I did it myself last week. It worked.
Yeah, so I'm going to rip the Johnny off, and in that motion of ripping it off, it's going to slide in it backwards, and then when it goes in it, I'm going to just tie a quick knot in it. Boom, captured.
It's fantastic.
You got it.
You got it. Yes,
got it.
you won, sir. You won.
The thing is, if I'd have known Carl had Johnnies in his pocket, I'd have done the same thing. Put a Johnny on his cock, and then peeled it off
It's
over the
worse.
monster's head.
I think we'll have
Do you
to.
realise though, to put that on, you'd have to get it a little bit.
Well,
bit
I can't control it, can I? It's already exciting.
And if you're getting excited looking at a big red fucking death worm, there's something fucking going on.
I think. Sorry, we've got about 5 minutes left. So should we call it a draw, or should we do one more?
I do have. We have some really shit cryptids.
Let's do one more. Let's do the decider. So have I won that one?
Absolutely. Without any shadow of any doubt. Phenomenal work, Carl. Phenomenal work. Okay, well, we have the... okay, so I looked up some of my favourite cryptids in my research are particularly bizarre cryptids. So we have the Japanese hairy fish. There is what's it called? The Czechoslovakian dong wrangler.
What?
Dong wrangler. But for this one, we're going to take on the Oviedo dick monster.
Which is?
Now, in the central Florida, in the town of Oviedo, there have been several reports and sightings of this cryptid. This creature is said to stand 7 feet tall when fully erect. It has a long phallus-shaped body and 2 round legs. Essentially, it looks like a dick.
Big cock.
It's a giant cock. So,
do you have a picture of it?
No, I sadly don't.
I do.
Look up any picture of James Corden and you're
it's just
absolutely golden, my friend.
It's just a big dick.
It's a big. It's a 7-foot
I'm
dick.
well.
I imagine it goes floppy because it does mention it being erect.
Okay. All right.
So,
okay.
You're in Oviedo. You're walking down the street, and then you see him. It's dark. The pubs are letting out. There are people milling about. But then you see him, and he's Scotch's Rich's eye.
Oh no!
With his single eye.
Oh no!
And suddenly he's erect, and he's pounding at you. Suddenly he's running down the road.
Is he just smacking his ball head on?
No, his little balls are just running away like that. He's coming at you. He's 15 feet away.
What am I going to do?
What are you going to do?
Is it me first?
I check Carl's
No,
pockets.
he's attacking Rich
No,
this
it's attacking
time.
me this time.
No, but I say first because you went first.
Do you believe in the Oviedo dick monster first?
No, yes.
Why?
Yeah.
Clearly bullshit.
Because it's fucking running at me and fucking...
Can I just give in a caveat here?
What?
Many teenagers smoke cannabis in this area. In fact, all sightings have been from teenage stoners. So it's highly unlikely this thing exists.
Right.
Or doesn't
you
exist.
never know.
So I go first.
Well, you go first.
No, it's Mike. You went first last time,
I'll
so
go first.
I'll go first to the decider. Right. It's running at Rich.
It's running, roaring at
me.
Rich.
No, does the monster like Rich? Is it keeping its erectness?
Well, you don't know.
Right. I'm going to assume it's going to keep its erectness if it's running for Rich.
Oh, it's very
Now,
stiff.
the most painful thing in the world, as we all know, is getting kicked in the
You
bollocks.
bastard, that was my fucking answer.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sneak up behind it, and you know when you come behind people and you sweep their legs, you kick them both in the feet, and they just go sideways and they fall.
Yes, I did.
That's what I'm going to. That's what I'm going
week.
to do.
Yes.
I'm just going to kick him perfectly sideways, right in the bollocks, and then I'm going to sew up his Jap's eye, so he can't
You
shoot.
brought a sewing kit, I see.
Yeah, so he can't. Yeah, I've got my sewing kit, so he can't shoot any venom at me or something like that. And then I'm going to just leave it there because he can't move, because his legs will be completely jelly. And then I'm going to call the local police, and they can just deal with it.
Excuse me, officer. There's a giant dick on the floor.
That's my.
And I've sewn up its Jap's eye.
I didn't get hurt in his.
Well, I protect you,
No,
unlike you fucking leaving me.
You're 3 for 3 on letting him die.
I'm 3 out of 3.
Right, what do you do then?
It's running towards me, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, pounding away.
Yeah. And I'm just going to start shouting what Willie names at it
Yes.
to start with, like John Thompson,
Hey,
penis breath, cocksucker, everything I can throw at it.
and he
Willie
comes enraged and red.
and I'm lost really. I'm going to die.
And then it beats you to death
Beats
with
me
its
to death.
giant
I'm
bull
going
head.
to concede. I will get beaten to death.
So do I win?
I run out of Willie jokes, and
But
I
in all
can't.
fairness, Richard, you would also have said you would kick it in the bollocks.
I did say I'd kick it in the bollocks
Which
first.
seems a fairly...
Why would you give it like? Why would you insult rather than instead of insult like that?
insulting
Why would you take
it would be the wrong thing
Yeah,
to
but
do.
why would you go like, oh look how small you are, blah blah blah, and then it become more flaccid then?
I could have got. I'll go and get a fridge and I waft cold air at it, and it'll go.
If that would have
shrink.
worked.
It'll
That
shrink
would
to
have
like
worked.
it'll be just be a little
Or some kind of giant fleshlight might have
giant flashlight and.
worked.
So he's gonna cool it down.
I'm
going
going
to
to cool
shrink.
it down, make it shrink.
See, I think this is equally good. I think we have a clear tie here.
Tie.
Yes, I think so. It's only fair. We need to come back to this.
We do.
We do. Should we go into our conclusion?
Yes, I'm going to go now.
Oh, thank you for your time,
Mr. Van Bastard.
Thank you for remembering my name. I've said it about 40 fucking times in the past 30 minutes.
Van Hinkle Bastard.
Absolute shit. Right, I'm going. My Bigfoot's over there. I'm going to have a chat with him.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Von.
All right, lad.
Is that Bigfoot?
That's Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Pete,
Bigfoot.
welcome back.
Pete's back.
We've
Pete,
just
I
had.
was just getting a cup of tea.
You've missed out. We're just at the end, so you can just sign off of us.
Yeah, do you want to go into the conclusion?
Well, that's a bit disappointing. I'd really like to have been on that episode.
Sorry.
I've done shit tons of research, man.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, right. Really proper top notch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched all the documentaries.
Right.
I
Oh,
watched the
Phil.
Mothman prophecies.
Oh, okay, now. You watch Loch Ness?
Watched all the really shit kids Loch Ness films. I watched the Family Ness, the cartoon.
I feel awful now.
It's fucking awful, by the way.
yeah, yeah.
Don't watch
This
it.
guy, this Van
you
Hinkle
watch Tremors?
Bastard,
Yeah.
he was asking so many different questions about different like
I don't know why you let these people in.
You know, he just came in and he said, "I want to quiz you both on something," and that's just how it went.
Well, you've got.
Yeah, well, at least you
Fine, you open yourself up for these things.
At least you
we are
can,
famous.
at least you can listen back to the podcast now and learn something.
Yeah, well, I'll come.
Because it's
I'll
very
have to do my stuff later.
It's a very serious episode. This one, Pete. It's like
Really,
very
really
educational.
serious and
Good. I think we do. I don't know, an air of like
authority
sophistication and authority.
Yeah, all
to
that
these
lot,
issues.
yeah. Definitely.
So yeah, absolutely. No, good. I'll listen to that
Yeah.
while I'm at the library tomorrow.
Rich, should we go to the conclusion?
Let's go into the conclusion.
The three wise men. Conclusion.
Hello, everybody. I'm back. Now, before we go, we have some conclusions to make. The boys and me have had a good conversation, I feel, today about cryptids. I have an extensive library about cryptids. I'm sure you'd like to come and see. Me and Mrs. Von BAIRYHASTARD have a wonderful time. We leaf through the pages of these books and have enormous amounts of sex all over them. It's wonderful. Now, Richard, you're a psychopath, correct?
That's correct, yeah.
You've killed Carl in most of your scenarios.
Most scenarios.
And ran away like a craven coward in others.
Yeah, definitely.
Excellent.
That sums me up to a T.
Carl, your plans are bollocks. Mm-hmm. You're bringing in giant machines to shred your animals. Mm-hmm. And you're trying to beat a plesiosaur to death with a small book.
Yes.
You are both incapable
Yes.
of most things, I feel. So it's a good thing you do this podcast, isn't it? Because this is how not to approach a cryptid, folks.
This guy is clever, isn't he?
I am very clever. I know my stuff.
He does.
He's read
Me
many.
and Mrs. BAIRYHASTARD have read extensively about all these things. And you must listen.
Do you know what? Instead of conclusion this week, I've actually learned something myself.
Yeah.
Like I don't even have
Richard is a psychopath.
Yeah, as well. That's already well documented and researched.
Yes.
But I don't have a conclusion for the people listening. I've actually learned something myself. BAIRYHASTARD is
Fucking hell.
he's really educated me.
He is.
Good.
So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
That was
I've never heard of him before, but I'm going to look him up now.
so man, I bet he's got. So I want to read his research
read
papers.
his books. And
I have extensive research and papers published.
are you from Harvard or something? Or?
Yeah, Harvard,
Yeah,
the other one.
the other one there. Thought it might be.
Fartford. Rich, that was awful. Rich, what's your conclusion?
My conclusion this week is if I ever go looking for cryptids or scary monsters or I see anything that's quite terrifying, I'm going to always make sure I got Carl with me. They're always, and I'm sorted.
Is that so you can
throw
sacrifice?
I can sacrifice
his
Carl.
tiny man body
Yes,
into the jaws of the creature.
definitely. So that's my conclusion. Always make sure I'm going in the woods, Carl's with me. He's never more than a couple of feet away.
Excellent.
Van BAIRYHASTARD, do you want to have any? Let you do our outro.
Well, let's all think about what we've learned today. About the bonds of friendship that we've destroyed today.
Yes. I know where I stand now.
About the insults you've showered on my friend Bigfoot and myself
Is Pete
and my wife.
Is Pete going to be returning the next episode?
No, I've killed him.
You killed him.
Why are we laughing?
I thought he was a cryptid. He's a
He is tall and hairy.
fat ape man. I thought it best to beat him over the head with a Bible. And it seemed to work.
Him.
So I'll be shredding him later with a bone saw. So we'll be back next week, folks. This is exciting. I'm now the new member of the podcast.
Thank you very much for listening, everyone. We really do appreciate it. People who are
what are we going to do?
well, Pete's dead.
I know, but he's scary.
Well, we're going to do oral sex. That's the next episode.
Subscribe to the YouTube. Follow what we're on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, These Nuts. Follow the Instagram page. Follow the Facebook page. Blah, 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 blah. What else? Rich?
Thanks for listening again.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
For oral sex.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Bye all.
Goodbye.